This is a regular meeting of the Navasota Planning and Zoning Commission for June 8, 2023. If you have not silenced your cell phones, please do so at this time and rise for the invocation given by Dr. Max Brand and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Guide us as we make wise decisions in this place. We pray for our country that we'll come together as a nation, honoring you with every fiber of our being. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 3, do we have anybody signed up to speak?
No, sir.
Okay, then we will dispense with that and move to item number 4, consideration and possible action on a minor plat application submitted by Capital Site Development, Inc. for the property located at 201 Northside Street, Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868. The property affected is legally described as A0002 D. Arnold, Tract 15, Parcel 7-5, acres .086. Lupe, what you got for us?
Mr. Chairman, Planning and Zoning Commission, so just to briefly summarize, the .86 acres is being subdivided into 2 separate lots. It will be a new subdivision, even though it's just 2 lots, so it has to be titled and blocked. I emailed earlier this week the corrected version. Let me just pull it up on the screen so everyone's aware of the changes. The changes are very minimal. Staff requested a public utility easement along the front of the property, and then there were some minor forms corrections, specifically removing development officer approval and switching it to planning and zoning approval. But like I said, outside of that, it met all the requirements, and Mr. Brand is here representing the application if y'all have any questions. Since the property is in the B1 zoning district, that is why Planning and Zoning has to approve this. Typically, this would go through the minor plat process with staff, but because it's in a B1 zone, P&Z has ultimate discretion and authority on lot sizes. So, again, Mr. Brand is here if y'all have any questions.
I was going to ask that because it's like, well, what constitutes a minor plat application?
Yeah, so minor plats
Minor
are
versus-
4 lots or less.
Okay, okay. All right.
So was it rezoned to B1 after the houses were already there?
I think this was part of the rezoning when the new comp plan was adopted, and so most of that block, or all of that block, was zoned as commercial. So I think the houses predate the commercial zoning.
Okay.
They were built about 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And to be exact, in the 1950s, those houses were built.
Okay.
There's about 6 of them in all, but there's just 2 left on this.
There was 6 on that lot?
But no, 2 there, and then 4 more on Washington Avenue. And then you had the that house on the corner, the brick house, and then you had they had that, and they used the others as rentals.
Washington Avenue
You
or
mean
LaSalle?
North LaSalle?
LaSalle, I'm sorry.
So all those little houses were part of that same
Yes.
development? Okay.
So we're changing a plat, but we're not changing a zone.
No, the zoning stays as is. B1 allows for single-family homes, so that's
Okay.
not a problem.
Okay. Okay.
Is the property being sold? Is that why it's being replatted?
Yes, he'd like to sell it.
Okay.
And the problem is, with 2 houses on it, you can only have investors buy it, required 20% down. We have several people that like to buy it, but they can only afford 1, and they could get an FHA loan and be homeowners. So therefore, you're giving more people opportunities to own their own home in a lower income bracket of property, rather than just have them as renters.
Okay.
It's amazing how different people maintain a property when they actually own it rather than first rent.
So that's the plan, is to keep them as homes?
Yes.
So it's not gonna be just some development?
No, no, just, we want to sell the two individual houses to individuals,
Okay.
not an investor. Well, they could investor, but investor would only consider buying the whole thing, and they have to put 20% down, and people that can afford the houses, they can't afford the 20% down. But they can afford 3.5 and get an FHA loan and buy and have a home. And that would be that's something very needed in our community.
Yes, sir. Lupe, what is the width of Lot 2? It's pretty hard to see on here.
Lot
64 feet, I believe. That's what I showed us.
Yes,
Yeah.
64 feet. And one of the things that I was even mentioning before the meeting to one of the commissioners is that currently the two homes are on one track. Our rules only allow for one home per lot or track, so this is actually bringing the property into more compliance with the district, zoning district.
And the 64 feet's okay?
Yes, and that's where the planning and zoning discretion comes in. Anything in B1, there's no minimum lot sizes. It's all on a case-by-case basis.
Okay. So we're not in a public hearing right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we can go ahead and proceed?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Okay, I make a motion that we approve the minor plat application submitted by Capital Site Development Incorporated for the property located at 201 Northside Street, Navasota, Grimes County, 77868, legally described as A0002 D. Arnold, Tract 15, par 7-5 acres, 0.86.
We have a motion from Commissioner Copeland to approve the minor plat,
Second.
and a second from Commissioner Kitkowski. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Seeing none, motion carries. And that brings us to agenda item number 5.
I want to thank the staff, Lupe and his team, for being so gracious to help us to get this done. And thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for the invitation, Dr. Brand.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Agenda item number 5, consideration and possible action on a final site plan and fee in lieu of sidewalk installation application from Meridia Barcott and Rahim Momin for the development of Flyaway C-Store, a retail/fuel sales use for the property located at 2643 Highway 105 West, Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868. The uses are listed as a permitted use within Article X1 B1 General Business Zoning District. The property affected is legally described as Flyaway Field, Block 1, Lot 1-R2, acres 2.768, replat 326551.
Mr. Chairman, Planning and Zoning Commission, again, briefly summarize the preliminary site plan was actually approved back in March of 23. There was a few comments still outstanding related to the sidewalk installation, and so the final site plan was asked to be brought back to the Commission for approval. All of the comments have been addressed. with our third-party engineer and now our in-house graduate engineer as well. He looked at the drawings. He had a few additional utility markups that he brought up to the team, and everything was corrected. And so Glenn Jones with J4 Engineering is here to answer any questions you may have on the site plan. One thing to note is they are requesting the fee in lieu of sidewalk installation along 105, not along Fairway. So if you notice on the final drawings, it does show that a 6-foot wide sidewalk is going to be installed on the west side of Fairway Drive, and it'll connect down to the current ongoing construction, the self-loop storage. So there'll be a nice stretch of sidewalk there when both projects are complete. And again, Glenn is here if you'll have any questions.
Attractive building,
Yeah, building looks really nice. It
really does.
really looks like an airport terminal. So the
Yeah.
flyaway name
Very
is
attractive. Mhm.
Did a good job on
Yeah.
that.
I can't take credit for that.
Well, we'll give it to you
No, I
anyhow.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And just for reference, the fee in lieu of along 105 west will be, it'll be approximately $11,000 for that fee in lieu of.
So not the 28,000.
Yeah, so the 28 was for the total if they would have also requested the fairway.
Oh.
But since they decided to construct the fairway, it's only the 327 linear feet. And that's $11,772 is what the request is for.
11,000 what?
11,772. And that's based off of the current $6 per square foot figure that we have in the office, times the length times 6 feet wide.
I think putting sidewalks on 105 might be a little dangerous.
Could be,
Yeah.
I would not want to encourage that.
Yeah.
especially right there.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And there'll be plenty of concrete in front of it with parking, so.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm the new guy here. The fees for the in lieu of, what do those go and what are they appropriated for when we collect them?
Sidewalks.
Yeah, so all the fees collected, no matter where in town, they all go into one fund that the city has an account for. I think right now we have a little over, I think it's 100,000 or so fees that we collected over the years for different projects. And the way the ordinance is written, the city can use those really anywhere in town as long as it's for a pedestrian walkway or sidewalks, but it has to be pedestrian related. They can't be used for anything else. So yeah, so it's just sidewalks and pedestrian walkways.
Todd's not here. We don't have Todd questions.
Well, he addressed all those questions last time about
That's
the
true, he
drainage
did. Yeah,
and the detention pond and.
yeah.
So the sidewalk crosses Fairway?
So that what they'll do is they'll do a ramp up to Fairway, and then in the future, we'll have another ramp and sidewalk, eventually. Maybe we'll use some of those $11,000 for it.
Paint across what? Thank you for being here tonight.
No problem.
We were worried you weren't gonna show.
Weather and traffic slowed me down. I didn't mean to scare you.
That's all right. I totally understand that.
Landscape plan looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to go? Okay. I make a motion to approve the final site plan application from Meridia, Barcott, and Raheem Momin for the development of Flyway C-Store, a retail fuel sales use for the property located at 2643 Highway 105 West, Navasota, Grimes County, Texas, 77868. The uses are listed as a permitted use within Article 11B1, General Business Zoning District. The property affected is legally described as Flyway Field, Block 1, Lot 1-R2, acres 2.768. The replat is 326551.
We have a motion?
And
Wait, we gotta add the
Oh, yeah,
fee
you
in
gotta do
lieu
the fee
of
in lieu of.
into the motion.
I'm sorry.
Carolyn, does
Yeah.
your motion include $11,772 for 105?
Yes,
Okay.
along Fairway Drive.
On Fairway Drive.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second by Commissioner Copeland. Any further discussion? And you did note the fee in lieu of along
Along 105 West?
105,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Seeing none, motion carries.
Thanks,
Thank
Glenn.
you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And let me get through all these blueprints. Consideration and possible action on the approval of the meeting minutes for May 11th, 2023 as presented.
Oh, I do remember this meeting. It was quite spirited.
Yeah, the minutes for that item are a little lengthy.
I'm sorry I missed that meeting.
Oh, it was spirited, yes.
It was a very good meeting, though.
Yes, it
I
was.
did go back and watch it. So.
Yeah, good outcome.
That was a good one for James to end on, wasn't it?
Yeah. I make a motion, we approve the minutes as written.
We have a motion from Commissioner Copeland,
Second.
a second from Commissioner Barkak. That's the first time I get to say that.
Barchak.
Barchak, sorry.
Cool.
I've been saying it wrong for 2 years. Any further discussion? Seeing, no? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? None. And we will adjourn this meeting at 6:19 PM.
Okay.